Hello, and welcome to another episode of Real Conversations. I'm your host, Nicole Jones,
And I'm Quana Terry.
and we would like to thank you guys for joining us tonight. We have a special show for you guys. And before we get into that, I would like to say hello to my beautiful co-host, Quana over there. I love your hair, girl.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Trying to do something different out here. And I love that color. I love your hair on you. You look so amazing tonight. I
Oh, thank
know
you.
we I know we're a bit tired. We had a busy week, and sometimes when you hit Thursdays, it can be a little much. But we're here. We're showing up for you all, and like Nicole said, we do have a great show for you today. Nicole, I should say tonight. How was your Thursday so far?
Um, it was regular, degular.
I hear
I
you.
mean, like you said, busy, busy, busy. How about you?
Like you say, it's regular. Nothing. Look, I ain't making no noise. Everything's going well. It's copacetic, so I'm happy about that. No news is good news, right? So
Absolutely.
I'll leave it at that. Well, let's get this show started. I was reading the digital newspapers. I was online, just scrolling, and I saw that the Northeast, the Eastern Seaboard is actually expecting like a nor'easter coming. I think from Charleston, South Carolina to all into Florida, and it could actually go up as far as New Jersey and New York. Um, and nor'easters are usually like it happens in the winter with like snow and stuff like that. But now they're talking about heavy rains, flooding, but they just don't know how far up it's going to go. And nor'easters, they can happen at any time of the year. So, excuse me, most times they bring snow, but they could also bring heavy rain, which the snow I can deal with, but the heavy rains and winds, because they're talking about 40 to 60 mile per hour winds, that's like tropical storm status. Like
Absolutely.
I'd take the snow over the wind and the intense wave action and the erosions from other storms as well. But when you add this new thing coming in, it's going to be a little bit crazy. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think they're talking about tomorrow. It can happen from tomorrow, Friday, all the way into the middle of next week. So I'm hoping that what they're predicting it doesn't come true.
As a person who actually works in the elements, I'm very happy to have the weekend off.
Oh, and you can kind of chill out this weekend. Yes. So let's hope that it makes its way past you. I don't think that it's going to come too much inland, but they did talk about, it going to like the Outer Banks, all the coastal line. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I saw, and I was like, oh, that might be a little crazy. Y'all don't go out there and get no toilet paper and water. It's okay. Y'all be all
Oh
right.
my
You don't have to,
goodness.
you have to take it off the shelves. It's going to be okay. So
Look,
that's one of the things I saw that's coming up for the upcoming weekend. So just our viewers, if you are in that area, make sure you prepare yourselves for what could be an intense storm.
yeah, I knew something was coming because our temperatures was going to drop into the 60s.
Oh, right, because they did say that we're going to start a cold wave, a cold front will be
Hmm.
coming in. Yeah, so that's part of that. So, but that's how you get sick out here. They're killing me with this.
Yeah,
But,
because it was like 80 something degrees today.
yeah, it's going to go 20 degrees. The temperature is going to decrease by 20 degrees. That's crazy. What were we gonna do? That's the weather. Global warming and all this stuff. Unpredictable things are happening every single day. So we can't really do too much about that. So that's that. That's what I saw for the weekend. I know we have another story, Nicole. I don't know if you all remember, but maybe a month or two ago, we told you about a inmate break. In was it
5 months.
5 months ago? Wow, that's how long it's been.
Yeah,
Woo,
5 months.
yeah. Well, since my timing is way off, let me give this to Nicole so she can report this. Here you go.
So apparently, this he is the last inmate that they needed to catch. Basically, they came out of New Orleans, and I think it was like 10 of them that escaped.
I believe.
Um, well, apparently he got all the way over to Atlanta. Okay, I think that's like 8 hours away, all the way to Atlanta. That's where they finally caught him 5 months later. And this gentleman basically, he must have had a ball, okay, because they caught him in the video. He blowing kisses, smiling, looking all happy and and what's not. But
Insane.
let's see this little video real quick. We can show we can show how he's enjoying his 5 minutes of fame right now.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, they put him in. Okay, sir. Oh, really?
He's like,
Okay.
yeah, I know you guys are coming. It's not like he left the country or anything.
Right.
Okay?
But like,
He's like, I had this nice wine. I got me a little cutty because he in Atlanta. I got me a little cutty.
okay, so is this okay? This person, excuse me, this guy, I know we reported on one who was hiding out. Like he was on Instagram talking about asking, pleading for Donald Trump to help him. This is not the same guy. This is one of the other
I actually think that is the same guy, to be honest with you.
He's been out that long?
Yeah, because he's the only one that's still out. Everybody else is already in. And we just reported on that like a month ago. It had to have been like a month ago or two. We spoke about that.
About the guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's
he been out for 5 months. Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, he was in shorts. He had no shirt on, no shoes on. They were not playing. They was like, listen, I don't care. You coming with us. I don't care what you got on. Let's go.
Oh boy, he didn't even get that far. I would have expected him to get further than that. Like, why am I still in the southern, like why am I in Atlanta right now?
You don't know better.
Like, come on.
Maybe he went home.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe when he got locked up, he wasn't supposed to be. He was in the area that he was supposed to be in. I don't know, because that's what I'm like. Like, why didn't you go to the border or something? Like, cross the border, get out of here.
Well, I don't think that he could have done that. He would have to have changed his identification, because his face was plastered in a lot over the news and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure that if he, now everything is, they scan you. So if they would have scanned his face, I'm sure it would have picked it up somehow, some way.
Well,
but I would have let it blow for a very long time.
Well, I'm saying if they can get over here without going through some scan, I'm sure he could have got over there without doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's somebody sitting up there selling seats. I'm just saying.
Oh, man, I don't know if he could afford that. He just went to Georgia, child. But
it's not like they're coming over here to the States. He's going back over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're escaping their area. He's trying to enter. So it's like, hey, hey, we got to go back anyway, right?
Yeah, he probably could have cut a deal with the people that are over there. I don't think he would have even tried.
He probably wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, probably wasn't thinking about that. And it's like you go to Atlanta. I mean, I figure, maybe his thought process is, okay, I will fit in over here. I will blend in because there's so many of us, right? Maybe that was his thought process. I don't know. But anyway, he's caught.
There's too many
He-
of them on the road for him to even think that over here, okay? It's like, listen, you came to the wrong state, sir.
they looking for us over there. Radar locked in. So I don't think that that was a good idea. Well, obviously it wasn't because he's caught and he's headed back to prison. What
Yeah,
sucks is that, they are going to tack on more time for him. Um,
we don't even care.
he probably doesn't care. You're right. But I know he probably in there like a time was had.
I got, you see, you
A
saying the
time
kiss and
had.
the smile, he was like, ah, y'all
Yeah.
got me.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, I'm
Yeah.
here for a good time, not a long time. But the time was had.
Time
All
was
right. I love it. I love
up.
it.
Like, y'all got me.
Oh my goodness. I wonder if someone snitched on him and kind of told him where he was.
They had to.
Hey, probably did.
They
Isn't that
had
crazy?
to.
I think so because I mean, like I said, he should have blended in there. Um, but I don't know. Maybe somebody did snitch and kind of turn him in. I mean, there might have been a reward. I'm unsure there was a reward, but there might have been.
I'm sure there was. I mean, and it also depend on what he was doing out here. You
That's
know.
true. That's true. That's true. No loyalty, child. Mm-mm-mm. Well, speaking of loyalty, we have a topic that is pretty controversial when it comes to um, people's take on it, right? The title for tonight's show is Love or Loyalty, which is better?
Hmm.
There's arguments for love, arguments for loyalty. However, Nicole, I'd give you an opportunity to talk about your thoughts.
Well, for me, I would say like love is basically an emotional connection, right?
Mhm.
Well, loyalty is basically, it's about trust, consistency. It keeps everything bonded together. And I will prefer to have both. But if I have to pick and choose, I choose the loyalty because someone can love you. They can love you wholeheartedly, but be so freaking disloyal. And I think the loyalty, it tells you that this person is going to be here. They're going to be, they're going to come and do what it is that needs to be done. They're going to stand right by your side. They
Mm,
got your back, and that's what a lot of people, it's like a firm foundation. You got that with that person when it comes to loyalty. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like we want the love. You definitely want the love, but it's like if I literally, depending on what we're doing, you definitely need someone who is loyal.
So, are you saying that loyalty is better than love?
Well, I just said I prefer both.
Okay.
So for me, I expect the person that I am with to be loyal. You know what I mean? Because I'm loyal by default. You know, so it's like you already get that with me. So and it doesn't matter if it's like, because this can be in a relationship, this can be within families, this can be within friendships. Okay, so uh, like you love your family, but your family can also be disloyal. You know what I mean? Which makes you not trust that person anymore, right?
Hmm.
I love them, but I can't trust them, so that means I can't mess with them.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by that.
Okay, I get it. I don't know. I feel as if they're both interconnected, right? And they're both needed for
I'm saying.
a healthy relationship, right?
But if you gotta choose,
Here's the thing. If I love you, if I love you, really rock with you, then loyalty is already included in that,
But
right?
everyone doesn't have that.
Exactly. So while love is like an intense feeling, right? That's an
Mhm.
affection, like you said, it's emotional connection. Um, I think that loyalty will endure overall. Loyalty will endure even when feelings of love are absent,
Agreed.
right? If you are loyal to me and I'm loyal to you, it should endure even when feelings of love are absent. If people know how to be loyal, it's a
Hmm.
difference. Some people don't know what it means to truly be loyal to someone, let alone love someone. So I guess for me, I would say both of them. I would kind of I want them in. I want them to be interconnected. I want them to go together. If I have to choose, if I have to choose,
Hmm.
I'm choosing real unconditional love
Okay.
because in that, that's
Hmm.
when I get your loyalty. We're talking real love because
Um.
if you love me, if you
Hmm.
ride for me,
Hmm.
you have my back. I have yours.
But what you're saying is that's when you have that real true connection, right? But
Right.
it's not saying that if a person loves you, it's not saying that your connection is not real. It's just saying that that person can be very disloyal. They could be someone who actually loves you, who rides for you, but it's like it has conditions. There should be no conditions.
The same thing when it comes to loyalty, because guess what? You can say you loyal to me, but still talk about me behind my back with the next person.
But that's not loyal.
Like, but
That's fake loyalty.
but that's what I'm saying. Real love, real loyalty. You have to
Yeah.
know the meaning and their action words. Loyalty and love are action words. So you have to know the meaning and also be able to stick with it or reciprocate it in the way that it needs to be reciprocated. Some people just don't know, and we can probably delve into that a little at another time. But there are people who are that live their life based on survival. Those people
Oh,
only
that's
loyal to themselves. So they're like, oh, I
yeah.
appreciate loyalty, but you only loyal to yourself.
And
Because
that's someone who's actually that's a selfish person. Okay,
exactly.
because like I said, I prefer to have both. That's what I said, but that's what I
Mhm,
first stated, right?
mhm,
Because without love, right? Without love, loyalty can feel obligated. It could be an
mhm,
obligation. You know,
mhm.
you feel like there's an obligation, and people don't like to feel obligated towards a person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
It become because it feels like a burden put upon them. Like I gotta do this, or because I love you, I gotta do this. No, you don't
Hmm.
gotta do nothing.
And that's why I like loyalty and love together
That's
because,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
like, I agree with you when you said that, without love and loyalty together, sometimes that love could feel like conditional. It could feel like, oh, this is something that I have to do. That loyalty feels like there's something that I have to, and
Hmm.
I have to be. But if you have both of them, there's a certain level of understanding that you have with one another and for one another, so that you know that when you're both together, that connection is fire. If there's love and loyalty there,
Right.
right?
But for me, like loyalty is the glue. Right. I said that earlier.
Hmm.
Loyalty is the glue. It's not always loud, but it's consistent. It
Yeah,
shows up even when the butterflies are gone.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know.
I mean, ultimately, I think that the importance of love versus loyalty can vary,
Hmm.
right? Each
Yes.
individual, each situation, right? But can you agree that a relationship where both are present is like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
most fulfilling relationship, because you get both of them, and the relationship now is so well rounded, it's so fulfilling, and the love forces loyalty and vice versa, and then it's just like, you and that person against the world.
Because it brings trust,
Yeah.
safety, and long-term stability. You know what I
Ooh,
mean?
okay. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that, you know what? Isn't that a great question to ask someone that you are interested in? To see what their stance is on that. And not to say that it's a deal breaker, but it's interesting to understand how somebody, what someone deems important when it comes to those two topics. And this
Hmm.
way, you know how to move with that person because their love language will be indicative of how they feel about loyalty or love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's a great question for like a first date, just getting to know someone, what's more important to you, love or loyalty, and see what that answer is. So, but like I said, it can vary by individual and situations, but me and Nicole ultimately agree that a relationship where both love and loyalty are present is generally the most fulfilling relationship that you can have. So,
So don't forget, love is a feeling when loyalty is a choice.
yes. Well, love is mm, that's mm, I choose you. I think that love is a choice as well.
Um,
I think I
yeah,
have to
it is.
choose
It
to
is.
love.
It's a choice because you choose to love a person.
Yeah.
It's still a feeling. You're still feeling it. That's what the love is.
It's an
Loyalty,
emotion.
like
It's an
you
emotion
choose.
that I'm choosing to give to you. It's an emotion that I'm choosing to share with you.
Yeah, but it can also fade. That's a feeling. So loyalty is a choice. I choose to do this, and I stand by my choice.
Mm,
That's why loyalty is more of a. They say it's more stable because of the stability that comes with it.
mm, mm. I guess.
Yeah,
I
they
guess.
say they say um they said loyalty never lies, right? But love sometimes does. And you know how we always hear guys say, I lied to you because I love you.
Look out. It's like, that's the most.
Like,
I mean,
it's like that's why these days I'm all about transparency.
because I
Okay?
feel as
Please
if
don't lie to me.
I just don't. I don't agree with that statement mainly because when the lie is uncovered, the
Mm-hmm.
hurt that you feel when it is uncovered, when it is so much more damaging than if you were to just say it outright. In the beginning,
Agreed.
it
Because
and
they think that we're weak. They think that we can't take, certain things. What we can't take is the lie. It's not what actually, the action that went into what took place. It's the lie. I don't understand why they don't get that part. It's the lie.
I'd rather you hurt me with the truth than bury me with the lie.
Yes.
Period.
That the lie is so much worse.
And then the lie takes away your choice, right? You lied to manipulate because that's exactly what you did. That let's just call a spade, right?
Hmm.
You lied to manipulate the situation to go in your favor.
Hmm.
Now, in which there's no choice for the individual that you're lying to. If you
Agreed.
tell the truth, now that person can decide whether or not they want to, accept you for that particular action or that particular lie,
Hmm.
or move on. But you don't give them that choice until it's already, they probably, like I said, it's like a manipulation tactic because if the lie is not uncovered for another year, right, another 6 months, now the person has already invested in you all of this time, and now it's like they're at a crossroads. Should I do this? But we have so much time invested. It definitely it's a level of there's a level of manipulation there, but again, telling the truth, not to get off topic, but telling the truth is definitely better than telling a lie.
Agreed.
It actually saves a lot of hurt and heartache in the end. So
Agreed.
well, so we say love or loyalty. Which is better? We say
Both.
both. Both. But if we have to choose,
Loyalty for me.
Cole chooses loyalty, and I'm going with love all day, every day.
I mean, you know what it is. So it's a catch-22 for me because I've chosen love, and then it's like going down a rabbit hole.
Mm.
So that's why I went over to the loyalty. So I can love you with all my heart, but can I trust you with that heart?
Mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? I got to be able to trust you. I got to be able to sustain whatever is going on. We got to be able to come together. And I know you standing with me, because you're loyal just like I am. But when you just, piggybacking on top of this great love we got, while you over there lying and cheating and doing all kinds of stuff.
The key to that is in any love relationship is finding the person who has the same morals, values, and beliefs that you do.
That is true.
That's
but we gonna be out. We gonna call a spade, like you said, because those people do the same thing, and they find reasons to like the reason why they did certain things. Or I did this because of X, Y, and Z. But I still love you though. I still want you though.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. I've been on both spectrums of it. I because, like you say, it depends on the individual or the situation, right?
Absolutely.
So many people have different meanings. Like, what the meaning of love is, whatever it is, and the meaning of loyalty is whatever it is. They have actually concrete meanings, but people like to put their own spin on them.
Yes, they do intertwine they do intertwine with each other. They really do.
But to choose one, like to some people, like I said, when it comes to loyalty, depending upon, they will tell you that, okay, I'm loyal to you, yes. However, but sometimes it's to a fault, because will they actually sacrifice themselves for you? No, sometimes they just take that and they, they're selfish with it. So they would just be loyal to themselves when the time comes. But somebody who has like a deep and true love for you, true love for you, will take that into consideration. Like, okay, you know what? But like I said, you just have to go with the person who has the same morals, values, and beliefs as you do, period.
But that's the reason why we said that it's best for it to be together.
Yeah, for sure. Same thing. So if you are with love and loyalty, I'm down for you. Love or loyalty, I don't know. We got to figure it out. So, but yeah, that is
not that person that you guys are like this. I'm sorry, Shaquan, I went right over it. But you got to find that person that you guys are stuck like glue, just like this.
Yeah.
And y'all got that love and loyalty.
Yes.
Bonnie and Clyde.
But you know what? And then when things go awry, it's the love that gets you through, but also it's the loyalty that you have to one another. And that's where, like we said, they're interconnected. Both of them together, a powerhouse relationship when both of them are together. So, all right. Well, that was a good topic. We're always going to be divided on it, though, because it's just, like I said, depends on individual situations and the individual themselves. So, but we thank you so much for watching Real Conversation. Again, I am your host, Quantitary,
and I am your host, Nicole Jones.
Y'all, she's so excited to tell y'all who she is. Hey, and you can You can actually watch us on YouTube live on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we also premiere live on Facebook. And Nicole, where can they find us?
Real Conversations 2021 and Real Conversations.
Okay, so we thank you so very much for watching, and God bless.